What's up, people? This is your boy Levelhead back with another live and Level Gamers podcast, episode 147. Y'all might hear some rummaging in the background. That is my family. So just deal with it. Anyway, I got my two partners here. Hopefully D2K will be able to jump in, but I got Keith Norris and K-Ball20 in the podcast on the end. Go ahead, people.
Yeah, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's everybody doing? Happy Sunday. Happy God of War Sunday as well. And enjoy yourselves and ready to get this podcast cracking.
All right, Keith.
What's up, everybody? I think I missed last podcast. Did I miss? I don't know, but it's good to be back. Good to talk about some video games. Please, guys, no spoilers of this episode if you can help it.
Okay, I'm gonna try my best.
I'm spoiling everything.
Now I ain't far enough to spoil anything for you, so everything I've seen, we pretty much saw in the I guess
Trailers.
what would you call that trailer?
Except for that one dude, you ain't see him.
Yeah, that's right. Well, you saw him, but you didn't know what he was.
Man, I don't remember seeing him at all.
I saw him before this, but anyway, this is the Live and Level Gamers podcast, man. We're here to talk about them games. Also, the 27th is right around the corner. Literally, what, 3-4 days from now?
I believe 5 days. I believe.
Yeah. So Avengers are 3. Yeah, 3. Infinity Wars. I call it 4 because I consider Civil War Avengers. I don't think that's a Captain America movie. I think that's an Avengers movie.
Pretty much.
So, we'll be talking about that this coming week. But anyway, as you know, we here to talk about one particular game and the fuss and hubbub around it. You hear me say hubbub anyway. The fuss and controversy around reviews and all that stuff going on. We gotta talk about that. But anyway, before we get into all that, we know what we normally do. What you been gaming on? Starting with Mr. Norris. No, I'm gonna start with K-Bomb20. What you been gaming on, bro?
I've been gaming on. I picked up a new game on Friday. It was like it's a little niche indie game I picked up this Friday. I wanted to try it out. When it picked out, there's a small studio game, that God of War. Just wanted to try it. No, I picked up the God of War. I didn't get a chance to play it Friday night. I played it a little bit, only about 2 hours yesterday because I was at a funeral pretty much the whole day, so I didn't get a chance to really get into it. But I did get a chance to get about 2 hours into the game, and I went back and forth a little bit with Nia, and Dr. Trey was on there too on Twitter, just talking about it a little bit. And man, even for the first hour, man, I'm really enjoying it. I was showing the wife today, just showing her the playthrough so she can get caught up, because it's definitely one of those games that my wife likes to sit down and watch me play. So I think I'm gonna try to get her down here a couple of times to sit down and watch me play the game, and get her buy-in, because she likes that kind of stuff, those story-driven games, and us spending time together playing it. So I've been playing that, which is, man, just speechless about that game right now. I guess not too speechless because it's the podcast and we got to talk about it. But playing that, still playing Overwatch. The new season 7 is about to end in like 6 days. I finally made it to the diamond level, which is a couple levels from the highest level. So that's pretty cool. I guess I got a long way to make it to like masters and grandmasters. But I just did that. Playing Madden still, and very little 2K, but every now and then I pop it in because my brother wants to play. And I haven't played the Switch yet, but I plan on taking that out of town with me. And I got that Mario Kart, so I'll be playing that, probably that, and a little Splatoon, and a little Zelda, because I'll be on a 10-12 hour plane ride. So I'll be busting my Switch out and giving it some playtime during the trip.
Okay. Yeah, so much needed attention. I see you ain't Especially now you got that God of War. You sure ain't studying that Switch.
Nah, man, the portability. Is that which it's like the selling point of the portability. I'm about to try out some of that portability.
All right, OJ. All right, OJ. Anyway, Keith, what you been gaming on, bro?
Actually, I played a little Final Fantasy today. Final Fantasy 15. I think I'm
Okay.
confused. I think I'm really confused. Like I haven't really just taken my time to really get involved into the world. Played a little Hollow Knight last week, I think. Then the main two games I've been playing. I want to get into some God of War, guys. Uh, I'm about to
Do
push
it.
that button. I'm about to push that
Do
button.
it.
Yeah. So that's this pretty much the only two games I've been playing. I do want to play Hellblade also, but just looking back and just how K-Bone was in, he hadn't touched the Switch in a while. Man, it's a lot of PlayStation 4 games I want to play. So I might have to go and push that button, but that's it.
Come to the dark side.
Luke, I am your father.
It's more like Kratos.
So you've been playing you said Final Fantasy 15. What else?
And Hollow Knight.
Hollow Knight. How's that Hollow Knight?
Hollow Knight is actually pretty fun. I bought it because it has that Metrovania feel to it. It's I haven't made it far, so I can't really say, but it's I feel like I'm gonna really enjoy it. It's not grabbing me like what's that Ori did, and it's not grabbing me like Guacamelee, but it's still a dope game. I think it's just me. I just gotta let myself enjoy it and embrace what's going on. But so far, it's a dope game.
Okay. Well, at least me. What I've been playing also is picked up that God of War Friday. Downloaded it. LeBron made me mad. Let me say this real quick, man. Pray for my team. Look, man. I know we ain't the dominant, fearsome of old. You know, the collection of players. You know, we lost our boy Kyrie. We lost Uncle Drew. Everything, but this past Friday, LeBron disappointed me in a way that he ain't disappointed me in a long time. 17 up by half, and you come out and you just let them take that game from you. I don't get it, but I'm predicting as the game come on tonight. I'm predicting we go 2-2 going back to Cleveland, and we finish it out in 6 games. We win the next 3. Anyway, but yeah, keep my team in your prayers if you do go to the prayer closet. Just send up, for level head. If you can't do it for LeBron, you know what I'm saying. But anyway, so that kind of killed my excitement that night. So I turned on God of War. I needed something to get me out of this funk because LeBron had me mad. So I turned on God of War. I had already downloaded and prepped it up. It was, matter of fact, it was on while I was playing the game, uploading everything, turned it on because my younger brother, the one that there, made everybody so upset. He wanted to see it.
Right.
So I turned it on, man, and I'm not going to front, man. I was thrown away, and we're going to get into it here in a second. But I was really impressed by how well the game looked. I thought I was going to need a pro to really get to experience this game at a high quality. And no, that's not the case. If you got a regular PlayStation 4, this game is still looking good on the PlayStation 4. So visually, it's one of the best looking games I've seen on the PlayStation 4 so far. I haven't played Horizon Zero Dawn, and I'm yet to play the Uncharted with Chloe and what's the other girl name? I can't think of the other girl name. That particular Uncharted 4.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I can't think of her name either.
Lost, what is it? Lost something?
Lost Chronicles?
Legacy. Yeah, Lost
Legacy.
Chronicles.
Legacy.
Lost
Is it Legacy or Chronicles? Yeah.
Legacy.
Ow. Okay.
It's Legacy. So I think I'm going to get it, but right now that's not the case. So but yeah, man. So I've been playing that. I haven't been on my Switch. I won't sit here in front and lie. I haven't been on my Switch much at all. I guess I'm just something to pull me on. I know the eShop. I've been going through the eShop, checking things out. There's a few titles in there that I want to get, but for the most part, I'm waiting for some stuff to come to kind of excite me for my Switch again. Did anybody try out Labo?
Huh?
Anybody try out the Labo?
No.
Anybody.
Nobody, huh?
Comment section. Anybody tried it out? Let us know.
Cornelius, you tried out. Let me see.
Cornelius. He had to say he had to go to a birthday party, so he ain't gonna be in the chat for real.
Okay. Dark Sun Rider, did you check it out? Let me see. Who else in here? I don't know, man. I sign off in the comment section if you're down there, man. I'm gonna give you some love. Liquid Metal. What's up, man? Did you check out Labo this weekend, man? I haven't seen nothing, bro. May get it next week. That's what Dark Sun. Everybody get next week or next month or next year. I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, basically that's all I've been on, man. I had turned back on Assassin's Creed Origin. Was that was really getting back into that. That game was fun too, man. But as far as God of War got me right now, and we're gonna talk about it. So that's what I've been gaming on. And everything else has been renovating my front room. And we got it to, man, it's so comfortable up there now, man. So anyway, that's why my son trying to get up there to play games. Like, nah, get your behind out of here, man. Going back down to the man cave and turn on your Xbox. That's what you asked for.
Right.
But anyway, so let's get on into it, man, to our first topic. So those who are listening, we're going to try our best for my boy Keith Norris' sake, not to spoil anything, but to talk about the game the best we can without, spoiling the game. So, of course, me and K-Bone went out and got God of War 4. Long awaited. Been seeing this game for what, about 3 years now?
Yeah, ever since they that E3 where they had the music playing in the background, it had the whole that was lit.
So when Kratos shows up, you like, and when they open the door, Kratos shows up in the doorway, and you see the woman talking, and I'm wondering we saw some of that already, but I'm wondering if some of the other parts of that trailer is going to memory stuff. But anyway, so we got the game right. We have played. Me and him both have played around 2.5 to 2.5, 3 hours of the game.
Yep.
So, since this is the PlayStation stand on the, did I say stand? Oh, my bad.
You said stand. I heard it.
I'm playing, bro. Since this is the PlayStation guy of the group, I'm going to let him start it off and give his impressions of God of War 4. Without spoiling anything, I'm going to let y'all know this will be a predominantly PlayStation-dominated podcast. We won't talk much about Nintendo. So if that ain't what you want to hear, we're letting you know now, Cornelius, where you at? Let me see. Blasphemy. Let me see.
Y'all don't go nowhere. I done said it here.
Cornelius, stay with us, man.
These Nintendo podcasts, y'all better not go nowhere. Y'all better sit here and enjoy the video game conversations.
Stick with us, Cornelius. Don't let us go, man. This PlayStation talk about to pop off, bro. Anyway,
let me stretch on out, man. Let me pop my back, get all comfortable. All right. So my experience with this game. So I guess before I get into it, let me talk a little bit about this. So I had a conversation with a fellow video game podcast personality on Twitter. Went back.
And we're gonna talk about that later. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm not gonna go too much into it, but and it was kind of like, I'm not gonna go too much into it now. Let me go straight to the game. Now. We'll touch on that later. All right.
Yeah.
So, God of War 4. For one thing, the game just it rushes all senses. It blesses your senses of sound, your sense of visual, and even the way that it feels. It just attacks all your senses all at once. because the sound of the game, and I guarantee you, Levelhead would agree if he has a nice surround sound system.
Yeah,
The sound of the game is amazing. Little stuff like branches cracking and walking in the snow. It's just like it attacks all your senses. When it's going to use, I know Sony is an entertainment company, so they have TVs and surround sound systems and receivers. They're putting all that to use in this kind of game. And just I was very skeptical about God of War being in this kind of setting, in this kind of Norse god. I didn't think it was going to work. I'll be completely honest, but so far the story of the game is flat out amazing. Just how they start off, because it does start off kind of slow.
Yeah, dude.
You can say that it starts off kind of slow, but it picks up really quick. And I don't know. I thought I was going to miss my change of Olympus. I was going to miss that weapon. Don't miss it at all. I'm trying to learn the axe and how it works and the skill tree that goes with that. Yeah, man, it's flat out just. I said this on Twitter that I don't think I've had a more epic battle within the first hour and a half of a game than I had with God of War. And if you play the game or you're going to play the game, you will know the epic fight scene that I'm talking about. I actually heard it from Dr. Trey first. Dr. Trey. He was talking about it on Twitter, and he was talking to Nia about it, and she thought she had hit that boss fight he was talking about, but he was saying you'll know it when you see it. And so I was pretty much the same spot she was, and I made it to that boss fight, and yeah, you know that boss fight when you see it, and it's just the way that it's presented, the way that it happens, the kind of emotion that's going on at that point in time. It's just it adds to the whole fight and what goes on during the fight. It's yeah. One thing I do want to say, I do love the fact that they're going away from the quick time events. They are. It's when stuff happens on the screen, you just instinctively know to block. Did that happen to you, Level, when stuff happens and you didn't really know, was it a cut scene or was he actually attacking you?
Yeah, I'm gonna say, let me be honest. I figured out the block a little later than I should have.
He was whooping you. You did.
So most of my time I was dodging because I didn't know that I could parry blocks. I didn't know, and I kind of was like, so I was like, it's got to be a way to time these blocks. You know, the game reviews, like, it got to be a way that I can time these blocks. So I tried it, did it, in Bayonetta when you do the what's that? Which time?
Yeah.
That's what I did. I was like, let me see if I could do something like that with this shield. And I did it. And man, wonders opened up to me. Oh, I mean, yeah, and I thought you did for a split second. I did think a quick time event was about to take place. And it is so seamless how it go from, hold up, y'all. My baby love me. She bought me a Hershey bar with almonds. Look at it. Anyway, it's so cool how it transitions so smooth.
Yes, it does.
Lose. You know how when you first played Uncharted, sometimes you didn't know if it was a cutscene or the actual game. You didn't know if you was able to control them yet. It's kind of like that. Like sometimes I was just standing there like, oh, okay, I can control them again because it's that seamless. So, but something you said, Kate, but I don't want to take over, man. You still was talking, so
I'm still talking. I mean, it's I can take about 45 minutes if you don't stop me. But let me go. Let me finish. Finish my point. No, but it's. I like that change. It's funny because playing this game, there are some scenes of you feel familiar. Some things feel familiar when fighting with Kratos, and then some things don't. And I do want to say for those who just trying the game out to really experiment with the axe. Really try to see what kind of combos you can work with it, even in the beginning stages. And I love the fact that you can axe somebody to a wall, fight somebody, take the axe off of this one guy, finish him, and then go back and finish the guy who you axed it first. It was just, man, I read in the reviews they talk about how you pull the axe back, and they said it doesn't get old, and I can see that whole mechanic not getting old. It's just
it hadn't got old. That's true.
It is. I mean, it feels like, I don't know, man. You feel like Thor, man. When you pull the axe back, like, yeah, back to my hand. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, so one other piece I want to talk about, the story.
No, hold up now. Wait a minute.
Hold up, man. What you want me to do?
You gotta let me in. You said too much good stuff, man.
Hey, bro, I told you I was gonna go the whole 45 minutes and just say, I'm gonna go ahead and go this whole podcast talking about God of War.
Let's stick.
Okay,
let's stick on the combat, because this is stuff you brought up that I feel like we need to.
Right. I'll back up then. Go ahead.
All right, so let's deal with the combat now.
Yeah.
If you're familiar with the God of War series, one of my concerns, and we're gonna deal with this even more in the other part of this, the second part of this conversation.
Cool.
When you talk about the guy you was talking to on Twitter.
Yeah.
One of my concerns, not a huge concern, because I can visually see what I wanted to see there, but I was kind of concerned because it was taking it out of the element that God of War was typically in. And Keith, wherever you want to jump in, bro, or ask questions, feel free to ask. We don't want to exclude you because I know you haven't played it yet.
No, my feelings hurt. No, this way. Okay.
So I was a little concerned, is this game going to transition to this new style from, the adrenaline rushing, fast pace, over the top, action-packed gameplay that was the other God of Wars. I'm gonna tell you right now, everything you understood about God of War for the most part, outside of just pushing the attack button, is dung. It's a scripture in the Bible that says everything I knew. Dude, just you're gonna have to relearn. It's different.
All that muscle memory is gone.
All that's gone. And they require you cannot cheat. There is no cheating here. If you can't play, you're going to get thrashed, and thrashed heavily. It ain't no lucking up. It ain't no, you got to pay attention to who around you, who behind you. You got to pay attention to where your son is. It's not the same, man. So I'm not going to front. It started off slow, but it made sense to start off slow, but when it picked up, I was overwhelmed. Matter of fact, this how I know. You hit that troll, and this won't spoil it for you. This ain't gonna spoil it. You already seen this. That troll fight comes so fast.
You ain't ready for it.
You ain't ready for it. You ain't figured out how to fight yet.
Nope.
It took me literally. Me and my brother I tried it. He's like, man, give me the controller, man. You don't know what you're doing. I give him the controller. He keeps forgetting to draw his axe back. Because you forget. It's not going to tell you, hey,
nope,
hold this down, pull your axe back. It's not going to tell you. It's not holding your hand. So you out there, and you got to figure it. It's like Breath of the Wild. You got to figure it out. You got to figure out what you need to do to best approach these villains. And they are not no small weaklings. They are, every villain I've approached so far has been a problem because the fight mechanics are so different. So again, they right in front of you. They hits are heavy. They not joking with you. They trying to take you out. You can't take too much punishment. Kratos, this goes into the storyline, so I'll leave that alone.
Yeah, don't say that. I know you
about Kratos. To say. This ain't the Kratos of old. You see what I'm saying?
Don't go too much to that.
Yeah, hits on that. Yeah. So I was overwhelmed, man. So first thing first, K-Bun brought up the blades of chains of Olympus, ain't it?
Chains of Olympus.
I thought I was gonna miss them too, but you quickly learned that you ain't missing them. That axe takes you to a whole nother, you feel way more lethal. You feel like like he said, you feel like you're controlling somebody powerful like Thor. You feel like Thor. Um, the way that they have broken down the combat system where you're not pushing the front buttons to control the axe. You're pushing the top two, the right, R1 and R2. That the R1 is your weaker attack, R2 is
strong
attack.
Yeah.
And depending on how you hold R2, if you hold R2 longer with the stronger attack, he does a harder hit. Then you have, should I go here, K-Bomb? When he raises out?
So when he what? Like Assassin's Creed.
Was that again, Keith?
I was gonna say that sounds like Assassin's Creed's control style.
Yeah, it is. It's like Assassin's Creed. So another thing is let me ask you this. Did they ever tell you what to do? How to fight?
No, they tell you what is strong, what is weak, and that's about it. And how to call your axe back.
That's it. So
they ain't tell you nothing about no combos, or this is a combo, you press this, and a combo. They didn't tell you want to throw this first and do this, and they barely tell you to block, so you end up figuring that out. And they don't even tell you to sprint until the troll fight.
Yeah, and I still ain't really figured out fully how to sprint yet. So I'm going to talk to you off air, or you can tell me how to show, because I sprint. Sometimes I sprint and I'm like, how did I do that? It's not telling you anything, man. So another thing that I like about this game is the fact that they have made it to where you have to be alert at all times.
Yeah, you gotta pay attention.
You gotta pay attention, man. Like, if you fighting these two enemies, and one thing I do like about the axe is like the Chains of Olympus is whoever's in front of you getting hit. It don't matter. if Kratos swinging the axe so wide, whoever's standing in front of you getting chopped up. But if they are not in your view of the camera, and the camera got you so into the action, everything feels like a boss fight. It's weird. It feels like, Keith, if you could think about when you fight Hades in God of War 3. You see, remember that fight, Hades in when you went into hell and you fought him?
Didn't play it, bro.
Huh?
Didn't play it.
You never played it? Well, if you fought, K-Bomb know what I'm talking about. If you fought Hades in his chamber where he jumps out of darkness and it all lights up and his fire hits behind him. He right in front of you. So you're not running around in circles. He's directly in front of you, in front of your character, like from a back. Your Kratos' back is toward you, and you're moving forward. Well, if you scoot the camera up to where you're only seeing Kratos' torso and upper body, that's how every fight feels like that. So if I don't know, I'm gonna let them back in, but every fight feels epic. Every fight feels like your life is literally on the line. I'm gonna tell you right now, I didn't feel that in most cases in God of War. I didn't feel that until you got to a boss. No, man, when these little regular dudes, like it was this one that climbed out the ground, he was like ice or blue.
Yeah. Yep.
He hit me with his sword, man. I had like an inch of life left. I was like, what the heck? Where'd he come from? You know, and I had to
change your fighting style.
Yeah, so it literally forcing you to rethink Kratos. It's slower, it's more intentional, more strategic. You gotta be careful. Go ahead, man. I'll let you come back in.
Yeah. So with the combat system, it's not a pure hack and slash. They are kind of changing that and going more of a. And I've never really played this, but I had a buddy talk to me about it. It's more of how Demon Souls works.
I was going to ask that.
Yeah, it is more on lines with Demon Souls, with the way.
Are Dark Souls or
Dark Souls, Demon Souls. I believe they're the same people. I believe.
Okay.
Dark Souls is very similar to that, with that combat system and how it works. The thing is, you do have to be intentional with your fighting. And in God of War, they used to throw like 10, 15 enemies at you, and you can just hit all of them and do all your moves and kill everybody, and not really worry about too much, except when you had some of the bigger mini bosses, with like the mentors would fight, or the
Medusa.
Medusa. Though her people would come and try to the Gargans or whatever would try to fight you. You know what I'm saying? But you got the regular skeleton guys. You ain't really fret. It wasn't nothing about nothing. But here, you got to pay attention to those guys. You got to pay attention to, because I know one scene I'm fighting the regular skeletons on the ground. There's another skeleton guy shooting projectiles at me from the top, and so I gotta fight them, take care of them, take care of him, make sure he's not hitting me. And they're still popping up new people, and it's not as because of the camera, the way the camera works, you don't truly know who's behind you unless you're listening or paying attention to the arrows, to the lines that's telling you that someone is trying to attack behind you. So you have to
save your son, and you gotta save your son.
Yeah, I like it. I like the combat so far. I like the axe. I've been trying new things. I found out if you axe a guy, and he freezes. If you can kick him into a wall, he'll immediately blow up. So if you axe a guy and he's not too far from a wall, and you speed run to him and you strong hit, Kratos would do a kick like a this is Sparta type of kick.
Yeah,
and he would kick him into a wall, and since he's frozen still, he'll just blow into pieces. I did find that combo, and I did find that the game actually really wants you to fight without the axe.
Right. Yeah, you got way more melee attacks.
Yes, and
way more punching. Your punching is way more faster and combo. It has more of a combo to it than the axe does.
Also, the finishing move only triggers with at the beginning levels of the game. The finishing move only triggers with your fists.
Okay,
not
I didn't know
axe.
that.
Yes, there's a finishing move. So if you fight if you throw the axe at someone and you keep hitting them with the fist, there a red circle pops around them, and then you can click R3, and that will put you into a finishing move that would just finish them.
Now, what do you think about this? I remember texting you or Google Hangout. We were talking. I said it feels like a third person shooter with fighting mechanics to it. Like Axe feels like a shooter to me, or like he did be like akin to Link with the bow and arrow, but
okay,
it is you aim. It's like that, man. It feels different. It just feels different to me. I don't know if you agree with that, K-Bun. That's the best way I can explain it.
So the fight against the troll, I only replayed that once. And because I had the guy down to his last bit of energy, but I was too. But I only replayed that once. Because I felt, and maybe Keith can contest to this, I felt, I don't know, used to fighting trolls because of The Witcher. And so my reactions, because of The Witcher, you dodge before they do a big move. And so my reactions was based on The Witcher when fighting that troll. And so I was dodging, fighting, very similar to The Witcher. And so, and that's why, that's why I didn't feel the shooter aspect of it, because I was up close on him, fighting him, and every time he get in that thing where he would do those slams multiple times in a row, I was just steady dodging, hit him, dodging, hit him, dodging, hit him.
I had a different understanding. See, you know, on his body are two orange glowing things. So my mind is, as a primary Nintendo gamer, when Nintendo does that, you're supposed to target those and try to hit them. So I'm sitting there trying to hit these things. And I'm like, do my son supposed to shoot him, or do I shoot him? Like, so for the first time I fought him, I'm basically at a distance, throwing my axe, aiming for his shoulder and his leg, hitting it, and nothing happened. So one time someone was like, hit him in his face. So I threw it and hit him in his face, and it stunned him. Then I ran up on him, started hacking away, and he stumped and knocked me halfway across. I was like, oh, I can't do that too much. So, I kind of just kept dodging, chopping at him as I could and running. It took a while, man. The first time I died, then my brother died. He got thrashed because he thought the same thing I was thinking, throw at the arms. And then I was like watching him play. I figured out. I said, "This not that. You got to keep hitting him, and you got to die." So yeah, I died once on it, but I beat him the second time.
Listening to y'all, it makes you just seem like you have to be smarter, and I think that's just the way games are going nowadays. Going back to the original God of War games, I'm not saying it was a dumb game, but it was like it was quick. It was really action paced. But it's like the Demon Souls, the Dark Souls, and came compared it to The Witcher. Like I remember fighting that wolf early on in the game, and I wasn't really prepared, and I had to play smart. And it seems like that's just the way the games are going. Even in Zelda, you got to play smart. You can't run up on the items. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be wise about what you're doing, and I think that's pretty cool, especially to change a game like this. That's like trying to take Bayonetta and turning her into a game where you have to be smarter about your moves. And I just hearing you guys talk about it is making me very excited to play it. So yeah, I like that.
Yeah, the combat is definitely off. Like one dude here, what's his name? I'm looking at Trigger Man said the skill tree makes it feel fresh too. What do you think about that, K-Bum? The skills tree, how you power up the RPG elements in the game.
So I checked it out, and that reminded me of Infamous a little. The skill tree, how it opens up these new moves with this kind of similar weapon that you got. Going down the skill tree. It didn't remind me of The Witcher. It reminded me more of Infamous when it comes to the way that it opens up. And what it does is it's going to open up new moves and new combos and new ways to fight. Because even when I look at some of the trailers and some of the videos, you see them doing moves that you can't do right now. And you're like, wow, that's cool. And I'm saying, like, I wonder how my fighting style will change once I open up new moves. Because there's a move that opens up where you can immediately run to a guy, charge up your strong hit, and if you connect, it's an automatic finish. Automatic.
Now, have you got the one where it's a new power up for your axe where you hold the block and then you push R2 and this bright light comes out and stuns everybody within.
Oh no, I ain't seen that.
Woo! Wait till you get that one, bro. Like I said, anyway, I don't want to spoil it. It's just a few moments from where you are. And let me say this, man, don't just run out of areas without around.
Walk around and try to find stuff. Yes.
Yeah, it's a little more open world than you think. You gotta explore because there be hidden things in certain areas, like God of War from the old. This ain't new to God of War, but the way that they do it, you don't see it like you used to in God of War. You don't see the path. Oh, there's got to be something around here. No, you literally got to explore, and you'll come up on treasure chests that has different power-ups, different money, different things in there they're gonna benefit you down.
Right.
Oh, and I found this chest. I was about to pass it, but I looked up and I saw that it was glowing. I was like, how the heck am I gonna get over there? And I figured out how to get over there. Went in there, opened it up, and I got this power-up, added it to my axe, and man, shoot. Where I'm at now, I need it because I can't. I got thrashed twice in this area I'm at. But it's dope, man. So I guess we can move on from the combat to the story. So and then we do visuals. Then we move on to the part, the controversy with the review scores and the hypocrisy and double standards. Go ahead. So what's your thoughts of the story?
All right. I didn't think Dad Kratos was going to work. Be completely honest with you. I saw the reviews. I heard the reviews. I heard what they were trying to do with the character. I did not think Dad Kratos was going to work. Just didn't. It absolutely works. And I was showing my wife today. We was heading to church. It was funny. We're heading to church, and I was showing her the kind of a walkthrough of the beginning part of the game. And I was kind of watching it again, and I was missing some of the pieces that I had missed before. Like the piece that how when Kratos talks, it's very direct and it's very short. Boy, no, do it. It's very direct and it's very, and you can tell his relationship with his son just by the way they talk to each other. That it's not a strong relationship. And the fact the kid always talks about, my mother helps me do this, mother helps me do that, mother did this for me. You can tell their relationship just out of their conversation. I'm like, that's very well and very smartly done. Even when in the very beginning of the movie, when something's happened, and I'm not going to describe that, but you'll see when you get there, and something happens to the family, and there's a slight, you can see a slight emotion from Kratos' face, and you can see it, but it's very quick, and then it goes away, and I'm like, and that makes me think, well, who was this person to him? Or how important was this person to him if it causes Kratos to have an emotional reaction? And we know who Kratos is. And like just seeing the story so far, it's just I don't know, man. The story it gives you pieces, and you're like, why? Okay, what is that? Okay, why is he saying that? What is even going on here? Like I don't know if this is a spoiler or not, but I don't think it is because nothing's revealed right now. The kid just says it several times. The kid says several times, "I'm not sick anymore. I'm not sick anymore." And I'm trying to find out, what does that mean? What is he talking about? And this is hour, 2 hours in, and they're adding these plot points, these nuggets that's going to expand probably the length of the game. When this kid's talking about, I'm not sick. That's an important part of the story because he says it several times. I have no idea what it is, so that's why I don't think it's a spoiler.
Yeah, I think there's going to be some twists and turns in this relationship with this son and Kratos and what's going on. Kratos is showing a side of himself that is not the norm. It's not that we haven't seen an emotional or a Kratos shows sadness, but not in this sense. Not in, like, this Kratos is literally trying not to be Kratos. It's like he don't want to be who he was. He's trying to forget that dude.
Right.
To the point that he ain't even trying to walk in the power and the strength and the awesomeness that Kratos was. He ain't even actually showcasing it in most cases. Like the scene we talked about, that one thing that messed me up was how the little dude did Kratos and how many times he was able to do that before a response. And it was like,
right.
What? So, man, Keith, I'm telling you, bro, it lets you know this is a whole new experience. And like within 30 minutes in the game, you like, this is not the old God of War. So, but yeah, the storyline looks to be very compelling. I want to find out what's going on with this woman that he loved. I want to find out why don't him and he just keep calling the boy.
Yeah, he calls him boy, and you can tell there's a fraction in their relationship because the boy doesn't really relate to times with Kratos, but the boy knows that's his father. But they don't when he talks about hunting, he doesn't talk about hunting with Kratos. He talks about hunting with his mom. And even when they're doing a hunt and he comes across those tracks, he says, your mother taught you well. But the boy knows that's his father. So how that relationship even works?
Yeah. Keith, you was going to say something?
No, I'm just listening.
Oh, yeah. So the part K-Bomb, what you talking about, man, what stood out to me was the fact that he kept bringing up a certain entity. He said, I'm not that anymore. I don't have that problem. And then Kratos kind of pushed him. And there's an aspect of this boy that Kratos sees and they all fear. Like,
yeah, that's true.
Man, it's which you can see I'm gonna be honest. I picked this up from the trailers. Not that, and I kind of said it in a past episode of our podcast where we was talking about that. But I would tell anyone here, do not watch any reviews.
No, don't.
Don't watch them. If you're going to listen to them, just listen to them. Don't watch it. Don't watch any other film. I mean, you don't want none of the story spoiled for you outside what we saying, because we ain't spoiling anything that the trailers and anything that has come up to you. You are seeing what we talking about, but certain things we have.
Don't do it.
Don't do it, man. stay away from the trailer, stay away from playthrough, walkthrough, stay away because you don't want none of this story ruined because it's literally that good. I know it's really good.
You know what? I just to piggyback off that, I hate when a new game comes out and people are immediately streaming the whole game on YouTube. Like, bro, are you serious? Are you that hurt from views that you got to stream this game that ain't nobody else playing, and you got to stream it and ruin it for everybody? And I get it. You don't have to click on it. But come on, man. Anyway,
what's up? What's up, K Genius 947 Zod, Trigger Man? There's a few other folks jumping in here. What's up, y'all? Like got y'all in the podcast.
Oh yeah, what's up? What's up?
Yeah, you're right, Keith. I used to have a problem with that with Game Explain. Actually, me and Game Explain had a back and forth on Twitter over that. To me, they would do that. They had the game up and reviewed and having walked through 3 or 4 days before the game come out. You got the whole game played through on your channel. Like, what's the point of that? So right. I agree with you. But I'm telling you, man, this is one of them games you want to steer away from all that, man. You get as far as away because it was one time I saw just a heading the graphics for the video spoiled something, and I got mad. But I was like, well, even though I know that's what it says, I still don't know how all that's going to take place. So I just been avoiding it. Like I'm not looking at no more videos. If I see God of War on there and it got graphics, I just skip past it. I don't want to read it because I want everything to shock me the first time I see it. You know. Okay, last topic on this, then we'll move on to the other part. What's your take on visuals, K-Bun?
So I do have a Pro. I do not have 4K, but I do have a PlayStation Pro.
We the total opposite.
And right. And playing this game, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not sugarcoating, I'm not just saying it because I'm a Sony guy. Playing this game made me feel like I actually have a brand new TV. It is doing stuff to my TV I did not know it could do. Like some of the scenes where it's dark and light at the same time, I did not know my TV can get that dark and have that much light at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And have that much detail. I'm like, why can't my TV can do that? What in the world? And I'm playing this game. I'm like, and I'm looking at like, you know, usually when you play games, you kind of lay back, you know what I'm saying? Your back is on the back of the chair. You kind of just chill, got maybe your feet up. My elbows are on my knees, and I am on the edge of the seat as close to the TV as possible. And I'm just like soaking it all in because I have my headphones on. I have these 7.1 surround sound headphones, and I'm hearing sounds from everywhere. And you see the visual on the screen, and it's like, it's so clean. Like, I think that's the best way to explain it is that the graphics are clean. I mean,
they pop.
There's no jaggy. There's no bad texture. There's nothing to take your. And it's like it's almost like each little area is a painted picture that they created, and you're just walking in that picture. It's almost kind of to that level, and it's. I don't know, man. It's beautiful, but like sometimes you stop and you look at all the colors and how it all blends together, and it's just like this is a game. And like I got real close. I was looking at the detail of Kratos and looking at his skin, looking at his. Again, like I've said before, I'm a graphics whore. I like all the graphics. I like seeing. I used to stop playing 2K to see the sweat forming on people. I would stop playing 2K, go to the replay screen, and look at the sweat that forms on people, and be like, "Oh, that's not real." Like for real, and people make fun. Like that's why I like games. Like I like games who look realistic. I like graphics, and this game, it almost. And again, I'm not trying to hype this over beyond what it is to be, and Level can probably agree. It almost feel like you're playing CGI.
Now, yeah, let me see. I don't have the 4 Pro. I have the 4, but I do have a 4K TV that does HDR, and it upscales. It upscales videos. It makes 1080p looks better. Like if it's a 1080p signal, my TV makes that 1080p look better than a 1080p TV would make it look. So I'm gonna be honest. I was concerned that I wasn't going to get to experience the best looking, but I'm not getting the best looking Kratos, but I thought it was going to be a huge drop off from what K-Bum has. And I watched Digital Foundry do their comparison, and they said basically you're not going to really have a real drop off from the 4 Pro. Both of them are really good looking. I didn't believe them. I thought that was just they just trying to hype up Santa Monica. No, bruh. When Kratos pops up on the scene, you just stand in front of that tree.
Yes.
Yep. Bro, Keith,
mm-hmm.
I kid you not. It looked like a cutscene.
Yep.
Kratos' skin is bumpy, it's ragged, it's rough. You can see the dimples and the textures. You can see the pores. You can see, and nothing was skipping. The frame wasn't dropping. I was like, this is the place.
It looks like CG. I'm sorry. It looks like CGI.
It looks good. I won't go. So I would say
I'm on the pro. I'm on the pro. And
yeah, you on the pro.
But I'm using it's called performance. I told it to upscale for performance.
So you're doing a 1080p 60 frames.
Yeah, 60 frames because they say it plays better that way. And I'm like the first scene of it when he's standing in front of the tree and he's doing his thing, it looked like CGI.
See, I can put my TV in sports mode. People don't know this, but the sports let more frames come in. It let more frames come in than typical. And on my TV, I put it on sports, and it literally makes movies look like almost 3D sometimes, how it moves. And so I got it, I can go to game mode, but I like how sports modes make it. And it does look like it's popping off. It looks like great CGI from maybe 4 or 5 years ago, like movie level CGI. I'll say that. I won't say it's Avengers CGI, but it's definitely up there. It's up there. I won't go where K-Bum is because like I said, K-Bum has a pro, but it's definitely up there. It's up there. It's visually, it's one of the. It's better looking than Uncharted 4. I haven't played Horizon Zero Dawn.
Oh, it's killing Horizon.
Okay, it's better than
Horizon still had texture issues.
Okay, well, it's definitely better than Uncharted 4. So Uncharted 4 was impressive. God of War is killing that. Go ahead, Keith.
Oh, I had to sneeze. Hold on. So is Sony proving a point that you don't need all of this stuff to be wizards with tech? Well, not really Sony, but Santa Monica. Are they proving a point? Because it's like that. Well, you got a base PS4 and they're impressing you right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
While there's Xbox One X's and even the PS4 Pro on the market, and even PCs that can go greater, but it's like if they're not using it to its fullest ability, what's the point? You know what I'm saying? Here you got a base PS4 that came out in 2013, and it is dropping your jaw right now. You know what I'm saying? It's like to me, that's what the whole exclusive thing is. It's like I can maximize my potential with this game by sticking to one platform. Because you would never see an Assassin's Creed this good. You would never see any of those other third-party games that look this good because they can't maximize that platform. You got so many other things to spread on so wide. Thin. I'm sorry, spread on so thin.
Yeah,
so, right. And I add this to that, Keith. This proves that Sony ain't in no rush for the PlayStation 5.
Man, you don't need with graphics like this. What you need a 5 for?
You don't need a 5 yet, man.
You don't.
What it said to me. Like, if they are able, put it like this, man. God of War looks on my PlayStation 4. It looked like PC stuff. That's how it looks.
It looks almost like My fault. Go ahead, Keith. My fault. I cut you
No, I
off.
was
Go
gonna
ahead.
say I don't really think there's PC games out there that look like that. Even with PC games, you got so much other stuff. You got the AMD, you got the Nvidia, Intel, all this stuff you got to consider. And I don't even think PC is really pushing it this far. And that was my point of like, if you have one platform you can focus on it, you can kind of like iPhone. We can make this the best we could possibly make it. I don't know a PC game, maybe Hellblade, maybe, but I don't know a PC game out there.
Yeah, I don't know either. I'm just saying, like, it's better than any. It's visually better looking than any game I've played on the PlayStation 4 thus far. And I've seen videos where people saying it's not. I played the games that they saying look better. The only one I haven't played that they said look better is Horizon Zero Dawn. But I've seen visuals of Horizon Zero Dawn, and
I'm sorry.
What I've seen, it doesn't look like it.
Horizon has texture issues. If I'm playing through a game, I said, "Ooh, that's some nasty textures." I'm sorry. I did the same thing when I was playing against Zelda. I'm playing against Zelda, and I see a plant, and it looks flat. I'm like, "Oh no, what happened here?" And like the people faces in Horizon was just someone in the facial animation was just bad. I'm sorry. So I can't agree with Horizon being better. It's a good looking game, but no, it's not better. I would go Uncharted before I go Horizon. That's my That's my opinion.
Well, Uncharted was up to this point. Uncharted was the best looking game I ever played on the PlayStation 4, and Uncharted was beautiful. And this game is dumping all over that. So it's not killing Uncharted, but it's definitely in another league than Uncharted. And to know that these are two different studios, all first in-house studios, like you said, Keith, I don't know what Sony is trying to do. I don't know what their intentions are, but they are definitely showing that, look, we are the masters at getting the most out of our platforms from a visual standpoint. I haven't seen it on Microsoft. I haven't seen, I'm gonna be honest, Nintendo does magic with what they have, with the power that they have. But the stuff Sony them were able to do from a visual standpoint is amazing to me. Visually and storyline wise, Sony is in the lead by themselves right now. Gameplay and making the most out of a little bit of power, I tip my head to Nintendo. But power and taking the most advantage of that power, right now Sony is in the lead by themselves, in my opinion. I mean, how many times do we have to see it? Last of Us, Uncharted, Horizon Zero Dawn, now God of War, and then some games come Spider-Man, which that ain't in-house, but still. Some of these other games, Sony is proving themselves and proving that they system is a quality system. So, but let's leave that there. And what's up? Who's that? Slim? What's up, bro? Happy to have you back on the podcast. We all good up in here. So let's move over to this, man, because this will let Keith get in here more. So we all tell you we ain't finna rate it yet because I ain't played it up to this point. I would say if you got a PlayStation 4 and you on the fences of getting God of War 4, get off the fence. Go get the game. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure K-Bomb will echo that. Go get the game. Do yourself a service. It's definitely worth the 60 bones that you spending on it, and probably could be worth more than that. But like I said, it's supposed to be longer than most God of War games. The storyline already, once you get past this dude that you meet, this game swings in a whole nother direction. Like what is going on here? It's like 3 different plot lines. I'm trying to figure out what happened to the woman. I'm trying to figure out what's going on with the son, and I'm trying to figure out who is this dude that showed up out of nowhere. And even Kratos is like, how did he know who I am? Like, it's dope, man. So already within 30 minutes, there's 3 different stories that I'm curious to find out what's going on. So with that being said, K-Bomb, would you suggest some or pass? What would you say?
All right. This is one of those few games that every gamer should play. Every gamer. I don't care what your system of choice is. Every gamer should play. To me, The Witcher was one of them. It was a couple. Halo was one of them. Every gamer
Breath of
should
the
play.
Wild.
Breath of the Wild is one of those games that every gamer should play. So there's a couple games on any given console. To me, Halo was definitely one of them that everybody should play because I played the crap out of Halo without an Xbox.
Mass Effect. Mass
Yeah,
Effect.
yeah. These games that's so good that every single gamer should go out and play it, regardless of their personal preference.
Uncharted
Exactly.
2.
Uncharted 2. Oh God, yes. So I say if you don't have a PlayStation 4 and you're sitting on the fence, this game should take you over just because it is that good. Just like for those who was on the fence for the Switch, if you love similar games, Zelda was enough to push you over. I won't say Mario because personally for me, I don't think because platformer kind of stuff, but definitely it was a game that pushed more people. That's why this Zelda has for a long time sold more Zelda games than actual Switch systems. To me, this is one of those games that is the same boat. I don't care what you like, what games you prefer. It's one of those games that, despite all of that, you will probably find enjoyment in. Personally.
Okay, I agree. It is definitely one. I think this is a system seller right here. This will rise up amongst the top 3 games on the PlayStation. This will be one of them that's mentioned. So let's move on to this next part. So, of course, God of War review scores was coming out, and God of War was getting a lot of high praise across the board. 10 for 10s from the IGNs, the games spots, all the different places where games are reviewed. It was getting high praise, right? So I started noticing, and I noticed this all the time when those particular games like the Breath of the Wilds, the Odysseys, the God of Wars, the Gears of Wars, the Halos, the Horizon Zero Dawns, all these games that are elite games, especially when it's exclusives. When the reviews start coming in and it's getting high praise and high marks, someone from an opposing fan base or someone who has a preference for this system versus that system always finds a way to throw shade at whatever's getting the score depending on where their preference fall. Now, this leads into the conversation K-Ball was kind of talking about earlier, and I'm going to let him set up the situation. And I've seen this guy's video talking about this situation, but I want K-Ball to set it up, but we kind of talk about this hypocrisy and double standard that seems to go on every time games like these get the reviews or the scores that it gets. Go ahead, man.
Okay, yeah, no, I'll set it up. No, I was Twitter having a conversation. Well, actually, I was on Twitter and I saw a tweet by someone talking about God of War, and the tweet was just talking about how they just paraphrasing it, that the God of War game, doing the reviews by some of the reviewers, not even what the substance of the review, but just the title of the review, that there wasn't anything that talked about the gameplay. It was purely just about how it was how good the story was. Just talking about that it was an amazing experience and so what and so on, and that in their opinion, I want to make sure I say that because they said that in their tweet, that in their opinion, that games like this and when reviewers don't talk about gameplay, it's an absolute turnoff for this person, and that what shouldn't matter in every game, what the most thing that should matter for them is gameplay, and reviewers why are reviewers going off on the edge trying to hype up the story of God of War, and they're not talking anything about the actual story of God of War. So
about the gameplay of God of War.
I'm sorry about the gameplay of God of War, but just trying to focus on the actual story, and for him those are red flags of a game that's or reviewers, you know what I'm saying, kind of being shady and not and the game probably not having good gameplay and the reviewers just dancing around it by saying that.
Oh my goodness.
Keith, man, I got so many holes to shoot into this
And
logic.
so I decided to respond back because I didn't feel like that's the case. But even if the fact that the gameplay was way superior than the sorry that the if the story was way superior than the actual gameplay, what's even the problem there? Just trying to respond back saying that many people enjoy video games for different ways, and the fact that something isn't praising.
Say
Go
that
ahead.
again. Say that
That
one more
many
time.
people enjoy video games for different reasons
In the
and
discussion.
Different ways.
different ways. And I
In
was
the
just
discussion.
I was just trying to draw the fact that what makes sense for you as a video game person, what you like the most, is not what is the same standard for everyone else, and to apply that standard for others, and even say that game makers should solely focus on gameplay first more than anything else, is still pursuing your personal opinion on how games should be presented as a medium. And to me, the bottom line is that uh, video game companies should focus on. I don't go too much to it. Should focus on what makes their title unique to them, and because some people enjoy different pieces of a game. The majority of the time you heard me talk, and I'll use this one piece, and this is why I wanted to go in, but Level told me to bring it back so we can talk about this point. You know what piece won me over to let me know that I was going to buy God of War and that this was going to be a great game? And I believe it was the same piece level. It got level at the same time. It was the behind the scenes video.
Yeah.
Remember that level?
Yeah.
The behind the scenes video, not even gameplay, not even the graphics of the game. It was a behind the scenes video that showed the guy portraying Kratos, the guy portraying
The
Atreus,
guy
and
the actor behind Kratos and the son. Yeah.
yeah, the kid, and them having a conversation. That is when I knew I was buying this game. It it was not the graphics. It was not the gameplay. It wasn't any of that. It was seeing those actors doing that.
I came in knowing that I wanted this game for the storyline part of it. I wanted to know where the heck was we going. The scene that did it for me, K-Bum, that scene, but the scene that did it for me was when you see Kratos on the boat and he throws the axe out into the water or the river they were on, and that big serpent came up.
Yeah, the world serpent.
And the son says he's gonna help us. I was like, I'm getting this game. That's it. That's it. That one scene was like, I gotta see how this develops. I gotta see where this game goes. The gameplay at that point took second fiddle to the story. So when you was having this conversation, I'm bringing Keith up in here because I'm pretty sure he's familiar with it now. You kind of shared some of the conversation with him. When I started reading the posts and seeing what he was saying and others, and the fact that they would not take the time to even entertain the fact that there are gamers out there that think differently from him, it reminded me of myself at a point in time. I thought, because me and you had this was probably our first or second conversation.
Our second video that we did.
Right. And you brought this up. And at that time, being a primary Nintendo gaming gamer, to think storyline would be more important than gameplay.
Blasphemous.
It was like, and I'm gonna bring Keith in here in a second. I had to think about it. I bought a PlayStation systems not because I'm so blown away by the gameplay that I'm going to get from the games that's going to come on there. K-Bomb, it's honest because I want to see the storyline of Uncharted. I want to see the storyline of God of War. I was into the storyline of God of War 3. The gameplay grew old to me real fast. I kept playing because I wanted to finish the story to see what happened to Kratos at the end, what's going on with Zeus, what's going on with Kratos, what's going to happen, where are we going to find him at the end of this storyline. Uncharted, I wanted to find out what's going on with the brother and Nathan Drake. I want to see what's going on there and how this is all going to play out, even though the gameplay of the game kind of wore thin on me. It kind of got repetitive maybe a little over halfway through the game. The storyline was so good that it's like, okay, I'm still going to finish this because I want to see this game. I see how the story going to end. So I had to come to the realization that I wasn't buying the PlayStation 4s and the Xbox Ones necessarily for gameplay. It was for the visual stimulation and the storyline, the inquisitive curiosity where the storyline is going. Whereas Nintendo, storyline is about the fourth or fifth thing down the line. You see what I'm saying? So I don't buy Mario for the story because the story is Save the Princess. That's it. That is the story. So I'm buying that. Okay, what stage am I going to go to? What mechanics? Zelda Breath of the Wild. Where am I going? The storyline really wasn't why I bought it. It was the adventure and finding out where I'm going to end up with Link in this situation and the gameplay. So you were right. For some games, for some gamers, there are more things that take precedence over gameplay, and we got to just stop trying to make everybody fit one style. Go ahead, Keith.
Yeah, pretty much everything you just said, and I'm over here just biting my lip. Like, why do we constantly keep doing this? Like you said earlier, like the second conversation y'all had, I had that same mind frame as you, being a Nintendo gamer, that this gameplay over everything. That's the only thing that matters. Like, I used to watch the E3 trailers. Oh, they didn't show any gameplay. I don't want to play that. I want to see it. It don't matter. Everybody has a certain way that they want to do things, and you just have to accept that and just trust the process, because Nintendo may show you gameplay. They're not showing you story for a reason. Let's call a spade a spade. There ain't no story.
Right.
They're not showing you story. That's why you keep hanging on to gameplay, because Nintendo ain't giving you a story. We all would love to see Nintendo give you an Uncharted-like story, or even a God of War type story. Even the Zelda games, that stuff really don't connect. We make it connect. You know what I'm saying?
Right. We wrote the book. They didn't write the book. We made that a historian book. And they all, okay, yeah, this is what y'all think?
Exactly. So, obviously, Nintendo fans truly deep down inside, they want their story, but since Nintendo ain't giving it to them, they want to use. And I'm a Nintendo fan, so I'm not hating anything like that, but we want to try to use any and everything else beside the truth. And the truth is, we really want a deep story, but Nintendo ain't giving it to us, so we just stick with what they give us, and that's fine. But let's give Sony credit for giving the things that we want. We want that deep story. You know what I'm saying? God of War is giving you that story. Uncharted is giving you that story. Horizon Zero Dawn, and I'm pretty sure there's going to be a second one that's going to give you that story, and that's fine. It's okay to like that. It's not like saying I like Horizon or I like God of War that I no longer like Nintendo. No, I like this for what it's doing. And to, like K-Bon said, to take that mind and try to apply it to everything, and I think you said it too, Level, and try to apply that to everything, you can't do that. That's like if I was writing a book and my book didn't sound like Harry Potter, then I'm doing it wrong. No, I'm writing my book.
Right.
So that's all I got. That's all I got.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just messing around with God of War, and the level of detail of the game is stupid. When you call back the axe, if there's snow on the axe when you call it back, it actually falls on Kratos' head, and you see the snow melt.
Dude, turn the game off, man.
I'm messing around with y'all talking like I called the sword back.
Can't play
and the axe, and it had snow on it, and the snow came back. It jumped off the axe, and it just melted on my. I'm sorry, man.
You just said you wasn't gonna play it as we were talking.
I'm not actually playing. I'm just messing around with the axe, and I saw that. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. But let me bring this up too, though. And this is where the thing gets very hypocritical. Is the fact that these are the exact same reviewers for all these games. It's not like different people are reviewing these games. The same IGN is the same person that gave Zelda Breath of the Wild 10 for 10. Mario Odyssey 10 for 10. Gave God of War 4 10 for 10. The question becomes, if these reviewers were what's the word? Credible when they gave Odyssey 10 for 10 and was credible when they gave Breath of the Wild 10 for 10 and was credible when they gave Gears of War, whatever they gave it, and was credible when they gave whatever else they gave it, why all of a sudden now these reviews and these reviewers are not credible because the title that they gave 10 for 10 is not on your plastic of choice. And this is where I start to get upset or a little perturbed by certain individuals and characters within this community. And the question is always asked to me, Level, why don't you do more videos? Level, why don't you do so and so and so and so? You know why? Because for the most part, what you're saying falls on deaf ears. And I love all you guys that listen to us because I'm not talking about y'all. But you notice the numbers and the reviews went down because I'm not that old white knight that I used to seemingly be. I'm more honest, okay? So only people that want an honest view gonna keep listening. When people want you to white knight all night long, when you stop white knighting, then they run to the next white knight. And that's what's happening. The truth is, these cats are just hating. I heard one dude say this. This tickles me to death. He said, and I kid you not, I'm gonna try to be almost verbatim of what he said. He says, God of War got 995 Metacritic score, and Breath of the Wild got a 97. But he said, we know, us adult gamers know which one is the real 9.5 and what's a fake. You know, that kitty stuff.
I never said that.
What?
Yeah, and I was sitting here like, what the world? And he was swearing up and down that he is not a fanboy. He's not this, that, and the third. He's a balance. And I'm like, and you just said what you was like, come on, man. The same people review both of these games, bro.
Can I hop in real quick?
Go ahead, man.
I mean, so let me touch on something else real quick. So when Keith was talking, he was right on point. But I want people to completely understand what I'm saying. Because you love gameplay more than anything does not make your opinion wrong. You can love gameplay more than anything in the world. You can skip every single cutscene that ever pops up in every single game ever. What I am saying is not to apply that and say that is the standard that all gamers should follow.
Right.
And that all games should follow gameplay over anything. The fact is, if you can give me two exact games with the same type of combat, with the same kind of gameplay. If one of them has a trash story or not so good story, I won't even play it. I won't even touch it because that combat system is nice, but that's going to get me a couple hours in. When I'm 30 hours in, I'm trying to see what the story takes me. I am not caring about the combat anymore because I've already mastered it. It's already been mastered. It is the story that's going to get me to the rest of the game. And again, my opinion is not for everybody. You have your own opinion. What makes you think is we should be playing games because we love video games.
My issue with it is not necessarily the opinion, but the inspiration or what sparks the thought and the opinion are the feeling. Like what is driving you to feel this way?
Yeah.
Like K-Bum, you are consistent and it's across the board. You went and bought an Xbox because Mass Effect storyline and what you saw appealed to you so much that you felt like I got to get this game, right?
That is why I bought it. Yes. Breath
of the Wild appealed to you so much. The dude that said he didn't like Zelda games, all this was like, you know what? Breath of the Wild got my attention.
It was the graphics. That. It was the graphics and the story.
All right, so
had nothing to do with gameplay.
There is consistency there. That means K-Bum says this across systems. It has shown itself to be true. My problem is, and just like I told Torrance Davis, I say his name because I don't think he have a problem, that the individual who was talking about God of War 4 and the thing that was causing them to talk about God of War 4 had really nothing to do about the review or the lack of gameplay in the reviews. It was because it was God of War 4. It was a PlayStation game. He's a primary Nintendo player, and his hate and his bias couldn't handle a game outside of his fandom was getting high scores. That's what it was. And I have a problem with that. That's my problem. You didn't critique Breath of the Wild review that way. Breath of the Wild definitely didn't talk about no storyline, like Keith said. What storyline could they talk about? I mean, the little clips in Breath of the Wild left you just as confused. No one talked about the ending. Let's talk about the ending of Breath of the Wild. How lackluster the ending was. But you didn't see nobody in the views let that give the game a bad score. The way the game ended, the storyline within the game was mediocre at best, and it still got 10 for 10s. And I feel like it deserved them 10 for 10s. But there's so many aspects that I can point to that deserve criticism in that game. So, but I didn't see this same individual holding that game to the same standard and scrutiny that he was holding these interviewers to when reading the reviews of God of War 4. So it ain't about the review or the reviewer. It's about the fact that this is on the enemy's platform, and your council war mindset cannot handle God of War 4 getting 10 to 10s like Zelda did, and you had to criticize it and knock it down some kind of way to make it feel less than the 10 for 10 your preference game got. That's what that was. And I'm like, why even entertain cats that be on that when you know that's what they own? Why entertain it? That's my thing. So without saying any names, because you know people get butt hurt when you say their name. So I ain't saying no names, but hey, if the shoe fit, wear it, doggone it. So that's my thing, K-Bomb and Keith.
I feel your name, man.
And that's why I don't make videos no more. Because if I'm gonna make videos, you'll hear me say most times. So I just stick with the podcast. I stay away. I might do a slap yourself. I know old boy want me to do a slap yourself. I might do that because it is needed. But when I saw that comment, I waited for a while to comment because I was like, you know what, man? This is the ignorance that made me step back from YouTube and like I was from the get-go. This same type of ignorance. And it's like, I don't know. Go ahead, man.
Yeah,
Go ahead, Keith.
It's funny because it's like at this point we should all be able to appreciate Nintendo, Sony, and Microsoft for what they're offering. Nintendo offers you this, Sony offers you that, and even Microsoft is offering you something, even though it may not be exclusives, but they're still offering you things. You know what I'm saying? It's like just step back from the fanboyism just for a moment. Not saying you can't be a fanboy, do your thing, because I'm a fanboy Nintendo, but I can step off that pedestal and say Sony is like killing it. They deserve all the props and the praise they have been getting for the last what year is this? 5 years. You know what I'm saying? They deserve all that. The new Spider-Man coming out. Like, do you really think I'm really going to sit back and miss the next Spider-Man game? The Last of Us 2, because I want to be a fanboy Nintendo? Heck no. Man, I'm going to have to get me a PlayStation 4. That's just how it is. And it's like, appreciate what they do. Like, I buy Microsoft games. You know, when they come out with something that's interesting, I'll get it. Nintendo comes out with something, even though to me, personally, it's been really dry right now for Nintendo. That's probably why I haven't touched my Switch. But I still have it. I'm not going to hate on it, and I'm going to still enjoy it. But it's something that K-Mon said. He was like, at a certain point, it's all about the story for him. And I think that's true with everything. When I get a new PC game, I'm tweaking the graphics. I'm trying to see how I can maximize to still get 60 frames per second. I'm doing everything. But after a while, you get engulfed into that story, that gameplay. You get engulfed into that game, and it's like, I don't even care about the stuff that I initially cared about. Now I'm just trying to get through the game. And it's like, for me, the person that y'all talking about hasn't played the game, and it's like, it's just trying to hold up that whole the ideology that he's already presented. So it's like, dude, you can let it go. It's okay. Let it go.
Right. This will kill me, dude. First of all, let me say.
Oh, hold up, man. If you roll in the mud, Kratos
Man,
gets
if
dirty.
you don't shut up, man, get off that, man.
I'm saying, if you roll in the mud, he actually gets dirt on him, man. This is crazy. I didn't know he's muddy.
K-Bum, you don't stop, bro. Anyway, let me say this, though. We get out of here. One thing I noticed is, first of all, like you said, Keith, you haven't played the game, right? You ain't played the game, so when Breath of the Wild was given 10 for 10s, you hadn't played Breath of the Wild, but you had no problem with the game getting 10 for 10. When Mario Odyssey was getting 10 for 10s, you hadn't played that game, but you had no problems with it getting 10 for 10. The same thing with God of War 4. It's getting 10 for 10. You ain't played it, but you got a problem. And you reading the reviewers' review with all scrutiny and trying to find everything that you can criticize about the review to say, I don't understand why this game, but I thought we didn't care about what a reviewer had to say.
Right.
Look, I didn't need the reviewer to talk about the gameplay. I can see the gameplay from the trailer. I didn't need the reviewer to tell me if this gameplay was going to be good or bad. I can look at the trailer and tell this is going to be some decent gameplay. It's different. I said, I remember we argued, man, this play is kind of like Ryse, Son of Rome.
Yep, I remember.
And it does. But I didn't need the reviewer to tell me that. I've been gaming long enough to look at the game and can tell whether the gameplay is going to be cool or not. I don't need the reviewer to tell me if Breath of the Wild was going to be good. My own eyes told me Breath of the Wild was going to be good. The track record of the development studios, and this is something I gotta correct too, because I used to agree to this nonsense, casually agree with it. I do think the developer studio and the track record that they have matter. I know people tell you I don't care about what the developer studio, I just care about what they're doing for me right now. No, because every brand we buy is based on the track record of the brand. So
that's true.
If Santa Monica is always giving us a pretty decent to great experience with God of War 4, with the God of War series, then I know I can expect at least that from Santa Monica. If Naughty Dog makes Uncharted, I kind of know what to expect from Naughty Dog. If Nintendo makes a Mario, I kind of know what to expect from a Mario game or a Zelda game. I know the quality of Enuma. I can trust that name. I can trust that brand to know I ain't got to listen to one interviewer or one review. I know Enuma and his track record. That's good enough for me. And for God of War 4, Santa Monica has had a track record of 5 God of War games before this one. All of them are top-notch games. Why do I need a review to tell me if this one is top-notch? It makes no sense. None whatsoever. So it's just a double standard, man. It's a double standard. It's more fanboy, council war nonsense that need to stop, man. And it's like, dude, you 30 old, man. Get off that childish stuff, man. Play your games, enjoy your game. Shut up, man. That's how I feel.
So let me try to wrap up this point. I like the way you put that as very, very well spoken. But in all of this stuff that we do, and I know we're a little bit different because we actually have a platform to discuss and talk about games, and our opinions kind of go out there to the ether, and people hear them, and some people, kind of hold our opinions with a certain light. Even for all of us who have kind of the responsibilities of trying to not just tell one side of the story of video games, but try to get a holistic point of view of it, we have to understand why do we play video games? Why do we play video games? The reason why we play video games is to have fun and enjoyment. Right. That's it. I mean, I don't know who plays video games just because they're mad or play video games to be angry. We play video games. You say what?
I just want to jump in on that point. Can you imagine somebody playing the game like, oh, I hate this Xbox, but they playing the game and just mad?
Like seriously?
I had a dude, and K-Bum remember this. You can see it. You can go back in a few videos. I had a dude tell me that I bought the Xbox to hate on it.
That's a lot of money.
I spent $300, $400 something. so that I can have the privilege and joy of making the video to hate on. I'm like, man, do you think I'm that bad of a steward over my money? I can hate on the Xbox without buying one. I can still hate on it.
You got a village to raise.
Well, that was before my village was here.
Okay.
But you're definitely right. I got a family to take care of. I got a wife to think about that's going to kick me out if I'm out here buying stuff just to hate on it. Like, you bought it to hate. Man, please, man, these fools, these cats are crazy.
At the end of the day, man, we play video games for enjoyment. It is video games is entertainment for us, and whatever entertains you, however that looks, if that's you being solely focused on how a video game sounds, or how it looks, or how it plays, or how it affects you emotionally. Then that is your opinion. Then do it. Then do it because it is your game. It is your money. You spend it the way you want to. Go ahead, bro.
I'm a active gamer life. Wanted to jump in real quick.
Oh yeah, for sure. What up, active?
Give me a second, bro. I'll put you in.
Yeah, I see him on that for sure.
But yeah, you're right. It's how you want to play, how you want to be entertained. And that's okay. That's the thing. It's okay.
It's okay.
You don't have to kill everybody. Now, granted, we did go with Microsoft a little bit. I will admit that. But
that was fun.
We went at Microsoft not because of the games, but the practices of the company. That's a whole different thing.
Yeah.
We wasn't hating on particular games and hating on the company from no fan position. We were saying we did the same thing with Nintendo. We do the same thing with Sony. If something we think is bad and problematic for gamers,
and they dropping trash games though. They're out there trash games.
But no, man.
Speaking of Microsoft, real quick before he jump in, I was going back and forth with somebody on Google Plus, and they were like, "I love the features that Microsoft is bringing." Just to tangent a little bit, they love the 4K Blu-ray player. They love the streaming, not streaming, but the what is it? Xbox Play Anywhere.
Yeah.
All the features that Microsoft is doing, it was like, I don't really need the first party. I'm like, see, that's fanboy mentality. I want it all. I love what Microsoft is doing, but I also want Microsoft to understand that we do want first party exclusive titles. Why is it so wrong? Why do we have to pick and choose? We can just have it all.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I just feel like if the I think I got them right. I just feel like if the review scores was 10 for 10 was okay for you for this game, these same people reviewed that game too. How can one be right and the other? That's like going to this McDonald's saying, well, do you make double cheeseburgers? Yeah. And you get the same burger and you fuss at one because it came from this burger, this cheese. It's the same burger. I don't care what McDonald's you got it from. It's still the same burger.
Same nasty burger.
Yeah, I'm using them as an example. I mean, if the source is McDonald's, the source is McDonald's. You can't get mad. It's McDonald's, bro. It's IGN reviewed that. These same reviewers reviewed the game that you praise. How can this be a problem when it's a game that it ain't, come on, man. I don't know. Hopefully, I don't know, man. That's what killed me, man. I was like, man, I can't do this no more. I got too much stuff to do to be wasting time. I ain't white knighting for nobody no more. Did you get it active? Let me know if you got it, man. If you don't, hit me up and I'll try to get it to you another way. I try to hit you up see if I can get to you through Twitter or something. I want to hear what you got to say. Let me see. Hold on. Go on, y'all can keep talking, Keith.
No, I was reading Sim's comment. He said video games have come a long way. He says, I feel that we are so spoiled, I believe that's spoiled, with graphics that we also tend to lose focus on what counts. That being said, God of War is a beast. Microsoft has so much potential. There is a point that I will agree with him. I kind of said this in a little Twitter I went back and forth, that even people who love graphics did not enjoy Crysis. I'm sorry. Crysis, you say what?
I said I agree. I had the game.
Mm-hmm. Crysis was a beautiful, terrible game. It was beautiful, but it was absolute terrible, man. It was
It was
boo
trash.
boo. It was trash. It was beautiful, but it was trash, man. And even people who love graphics, man, we feel the same way. And to that point, I agree with Simzim, is that sometimes people do allow graphics to cloud their vision of a game, and the fact that they focus just on that. But at the end of the day, there has to be something that keeps you. And to me, great games don't excel in just
There we
one
go.
category. Great
What's
games
up, brother?
excel in all.
What's good?
Yo, what up, Active?
Chilling.
Man, it's been a while since you've been on the live and level, bro.
I know. Had to break the streak finally, right?
So go ahead. What was you finna say, man?
No, I was just listening to the conversation. I was like, you know what? I want to be in this conversation right now because, I mean, I agree with a lot of what y'all saying. That it's that old school, fanboy console allegiance. It's that, man. It's just, like people still have that. Like I don't think it's gonna go away that easy.
Yeah, I agree, man. It's like I was saying. I have my preferences, bro, and that's never gonna change. You know what I'm saying? I have a preference. I don't mind putting my preference out there, but my preference does not force me to have to diminish or downplay something else because it's not on my preferred or desired or the one I like the most. I mean, I like Nikes, but that don't mean I hate on Reebok. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I don't hate on Adidas because I like Nikes more. I own a pair of Adidas, I own a pair of all of them, but if I had my choice, it'd most likely be a Nike. So I don't understand it, man. I'm just too old for that now. It's like when I hear it, like, man, I told Torrance, it's like, bro, let's call a spade, man. Let's stop entertaining this stuff and trying to make it be relevant when you know where this dude coming from, bro.
So I didn't even the video y'all talking about, I didn't even finish. I watched some of it. I didn't even get to the God of War. Y'all talking about I'm a name drop. Y'all heard?
No, don't do it, man. Don't do it, bro. No, man. Don't do that.
No, listen.
Podcast name dropping.
Because no, like I don't feel anybody should get mad because if you put in at this point you put an opinion out there, somebody's gonna counter it fine. You know what I mean? Like
right.
And I guess that's why, because y'all talking about Terminator juice, right?
He was one of them. Yeah, I'll be honest. Yeah, him. I heard Hard 8 say some silly stuff. Like, man, why are y'all still on this stuff like this? I don't get it, man.
I don't know. Like, I feel like I don't know. Like, if it's at this point, it's like why rain on the other consoles parade? I feel like they're all doing something good now. I've been saying that now in my podcast all the time. Like Xbox. It's killing it when it comes to consumers. Like,
yep,
making it just a wonderful place for you to buy games.
Backwards compatibility.
Yeah, backwards compatibility. Like they got the virtual console. Nintendo don't even got that now.
They killing it with that. Like, for
you
real.
know, like they took what made one of the best aspects of the Wii and got it on their console, and Nintendo don't even have it no more.
Right.
Like that's facts. True. Like you just can't.
I didn't even think about that.
Like you can't get mad about that. Like, that's 100% what it is. You buy a game on Xbox. You could throw your Xbox out the window, get another one, and bring your games right to that one simply. Yeah, it's all tied to your account, and then you could play it on PC. You know what I'm saying? Like the whole play anywhere stuff. So they doing what they doing. And then Sony, what people criticize Sony forever for, it was like, yo, Nintendo, we got first party, which I got Ratchet and Clank, you know what I mean? Like, and a Parappa the Rapper, who care about that? You know what I'm saying? Like, and then we used to joke on them like, oh, all y'all exclusives ain't even y'all games. Resident Evil, Final Fantasy,
Metal Gear Solid,
Metal Gear Solid.
You're right.
Now they got Horizon. No matter what, I know everybody was comparing, making jokes between that and Breath of the Wild. You know what I'm saying? Not everything could be Breath of the Wild. That's just facts. You know what I'm saying? And but that's a game on their catalog. They got Spider-Man exclusive coming out. They got Last of Us. They got the what's that Japanese game called?
Oh, you know, K-Ball.
The Ghost of
Tsushima, something like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm like they doing now what we always criticize them for. So how we gonna still be criticizing them? Like, so when we gonna stop? You know what I'm saying?
You gotta keep up the lie, though. You gotta keep up the lie. You can't back off the lie. You gotta keep it up.
Well, it was true for me at one point, but it's like if I still sat there like hating, then it's like, nah, you just hating.
Yeah, like, and that's my thing, Active. I came to a point that I had to look at it like, wait a minute, man. Why am I letting the disdain of other people determine what I'm liking and not liking? Like,
Right.
do I have to like this because, okay, let's say you don't like something active. If you don't like it, do that mean Levelhead has to not like it too?
Nah.
Like, that's what I'm saying. That's how these cats act. It's like, you can't like this because I don't like this. Well, okay, stop liking it. You got the choice as a consumer not to buy it. To me, I didn't need a review to tell me this game was good. Just like I don't need a review to tell me Breath of the Wild is good, or Mario is good, or Gears of War 4 was good. I buy what I know I'm gonna like. So why keep fussing over games and just enjoy the game for what it is, or don't buy it?
Like, be happy that all right, not on Microsoft side really, but be happy that the generation is at a point where you could pick up your Switch, play a Zelda game, look forward to a Metroid Prime 4 game, and you could pick up your PlayStation and have just a brand new God of War, Spider-Man, come like all these games, and the games that already came out, because the catalog, it just adds up.
Right.
You know what I mean? So at this point,
missing nothing.
Yeah, at this point, it's a well-rounded system. I don't know what's to complain about, especially if you own it, because I don't even own it. You know what I'm saying? Like, now I'm like, Spider-Man got me, you know.
Got you itching.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean,
like
I see. Now that's one I'm
like a fiend, like,
and that's one that I'm not even fully knowing if I'm, because my history is Spider-Man. I haven't really been into it, but this one has got me kind of intrigued a little bit. So
you never played Spider-Man 2?
I did,
Spider-Man 2 though.
I'm be honest, active. That was in my hating days, bro. That's when I used to have to talk to K-Bum and get upset.
Wasn't that on GameCube?
I was hating back then, man. I was hating, bro.
It was on
that. What'd you say?
Was that on GameCube? I think that was on GameCube, because I think that's where I played it.
No, I missed it. If it was on GameCube, I missed it.
Well, that game, that's a classic. Like, I just want to Hulk Ultimate Destruction 2 now after seeing Spider-Man.
No, I missed it because if it was on a GameCube, then that's not the one I'm talking about. Because the one I'm talking about was on PlayStation. I was hating.
The biggest one was the one on PlayStation 2. That's the one you have to go get the balloons for the kids.
Yeah. I played it, but I liked it too. But I was hating like I hated on Tekken and was a huge Tekken fan.
Oh, I never liked Tekken because it just felt stiff to me.
But I'm with you, man. It is time to stop this, man. I'm just play what you like, how you like it, when you like it. It ain't my money. It ain't my TV. It ain't my hands. If you want it, get it. But my thing is this. Let me ask you this, and we get out of here, active, since you here. Ain't it funny to you that all reviews come from the same sources? So if they was relevant and credible when they reviewed this game, wouldn't they still be credible when they reviewed the next game?
Yeah, like, I mean, even though it could be different reviewers, the point is, like, if you're gonna believe them I don't care who the reviewer is, if you believe the outlet, you know
that's what I mean, the outlet, the source.
Yeah, like, if you believe them for your game of choice, then you should believe them for all of them. Right. You can't be picking and choosing, because that's some BS.
All right, okay, and that's all I need to hear, man. Now you making me feel like I ain't feeling like I was feeling like, man, come on, bro. These same developers, these same reviewers are this same outlet, this same source reviewing all these games. You can't pick and choose when to believe them and when not to believe them based on preference. If they ain't right here, then they ain't right here either. So, I mean, come on, bro. This reviewer's got more credit. No, they come from the same place.
Like Edge, right? Their reviews is harsher. They gave Zelda 10, God of War 8. And I saw people clown. They're like, 8. I'm like, but an 8 from them, that's like a 9. Because they gave Metroid Prime 3 back in the day, a game that I love, a 6. Yeah. And I had to be happy with that. Like, because they used the whole scale. You know what I'm saying? but that's what it was. And I'm like, but they do the whole scale. Not everybody else. So you can't count them like the same. But still, like, I don't even know what's the point of like still doing the whole, look at my reviews and point fingers. I never look at Metacritic, talk about Metacritic. Like, I don't really care outside of like, Zelda got this many Game of the Years. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, I was proud, and I'm happy Zelda got what it got. I think it deserved what it got. I'm glad Mario got what it's got, but I have no issue with God of War getting what it. And I'm not gonna let Zelda got this. How can this game get this? Because it's clearly not Zelda. It might not be Zelda in some aspects, but Zelda definitely ain't it in some aspects either. So,
oh no, here's the truth though. This is what I was thinking about when I was listening to y'all. I hated God of War 3. I love God of War 1, God of War 2. I think those games are classics.
Classic.
I hated 3 because I just thought like, yo, I don't like this character no more. Like this dude is just he just kill everything. And then when it ended, yo, and it was black. Remember, he was just going through the darkness. I was like, yo, he murdered everything. Like, yo,
everything.
I was like, where the story gonna go with this? Like, I don't like. So hearing y'all say like Kratos don't like Kratos, I'm like, good Kratos, because I don't like him either.
Yeah, he don't. He like that is one aspect of God of War 3 you brought up that I forgot that was a problem for me was the fact that Kratos did just murder everything, and it was gruesome murder. It was
but what y'all saying makes me now interested because at least they acknowledging what I mostly hated about the last one, and I'm not gonna hold this one up to the last one because then that would be like me holding up the next Metroid game to other M. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, I ain't gonna buy the next Metroid because I ain't like other M.
Man,
that'd be crazy.
If this Kratos, like I listened to one of the main developer, the guy with the beard, and he was talking about how they wanted to do something different with him. Like I said, he was a one-sided character. That's it. He just killed everything.
One-dimensional.
One-dimensional character. But the fact that they wanted a valid. They didn't want to just make the story different. They wanted a valid reason for him to be different. You know what I'm saying? So they created this story and built this world so that you can grow with Kratos. And it is not meant to have this major, huge, well, now he's this great person, but it's to see a change in the character that you didn't think could change. And that was one of the main points that he brought out when discussing about this character.
Remember the scene in Return of the Dragon with Bruce Lee and Chuck Norris when Bruce Lee didn't want to kill Chuck Norris, but because of Chuck Norris' persistence, he had to?
Yeah.
You remember how you saw the struggle with that on Bruce Lee's face? Like, dude don't want to do this, but I got to do this because he ain't going to stop. And I got to end this fight. The scene that me and K-Bum talking about, amp that up times 20. To see Kratos struggle with being Kratos and trying not to be Kratos and trying to show mercy and trying to show like trying to move away and be like in a fight and you trying to walk away and be the bigger man.
Right.
And it's like
he tried to walk away from a fight. Ain't never tried to walk away from a fight. The dude tried to walk away.
He tried to walk away, and to see this dude do what he was doing, like Kratos of past wouldn't even let this happen one time, let alone 5 or 6. And dude, to see him struggle through that, to see this dude, it's different, man. It's definitely
it kind of feels like Old Man Logan a little bit.
That's what I told my wife.
It kind of has an Old Man Logan type of feel to it.
I told my wife, I said, this feels like Logan.
This is what I don't know, because I ain't watched no reviews for the game. Like, I don't got the system, so I'm like, I ain't worried about it right now. I've been watching the Game Informer Spider-Man videos, though, religiously. and now, you know what other game, actually, just to bring it up, The Crew 2.
Really?
Yeah, because I like the fact that it's like really the whole cities. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you got to put me over on that.
Well, going from playing
That's
to
a racing game, right?
Yeah, I played the first one. I thought it was trash.
I saw a video of it. He was driving a car, then he took off in a plane, and then he took off in a boat.
Yeah, like
I thought it was pretty cool, but I don't know if it's for me.
The reason why I like it though is because it's not just a Gran Turismo, Forza, realistic game. This is gonna be like that wild Need for Speed,
Burnout type,
even like Rush on 64. Like it's gonna be a crazy. This racing game is about fun. There's events everywhere. Like it's open world. Your friends gonna be racing. I said that game look cool as hell. Like, I mean, I feel like the generation is now doing the stuff that we was hoping.
Right.
Like we was thinking, like, yo, come on. I thought we was gonna get the whole big cities. Now we getting that with games. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you got open world games like Breath of the Wild, and then you got God of War. Y'all saying look like CGI, and I know I seen the trailers. I'm like, yeah, it do look like CGI. I thought 3 looked close to that. You know what I'm saying? So. and this is way better than 3.
Man.
Yeah, look, dude. Like I said, this man. If you like Last of Us, if you like that type of what it's like that, but with Viking and what would be the mythos?
It's Norse god.
Norse mythos. Yeah, man. Like when the first troll hits the scene, how he comes in.
So smooth.
It's so freaking over the top, bro. You be like, oh man. Like, let me back up. Hold up. So I've just been honest. Like you said, Active, all my taste is being supplied this generation from all 3 systems. I would say lesser on the Xbox, but between the Switch and the PlayStation 4, I'm getting my
Yeah, you covered.
I'm covered. So right now I ain't in no drought. I ain't feeling like I on something because ain't nothing on the coming to the Switch at the moment.
Ain't none of us buying Labo.
Yeah, I ain't heard nothing. I ain't want to bring it up, bro. I ain't gonna mess with that. I was gonna leave that alone.
Give it a week.
So, but yeah, man. So that I'm with you, dude. This is one of them times where I don't feel like anybody really got anything to complain about. We had legitimate reasons to complain, and I don't think right now, when you got to skim through a review looking for and being so critical that I ain't hear nothing about the gameplay, dude. You got eyes. You can see the gameplay.
Remember during the PlayStation 2, Xbox, GameCube that we had we was in this pocket of just greatness. We had Grand Theft Auto games coming out back to back, Metroid games, Mario games, Zelda games. Halo was going crazy on Xbox, and
Metal Gear Solid for me.
Metal Gear Solid, they was getting the Ninja Gaiden games. Remember, exclusive on Xbox.
Yeah.
Everybody, and they had the Knights of the Old Republic over there. Sony had SOCOM. Time Split existed. EA was still making the yearly 007 games, which was good.
Big.
Yeah, EA Big with the sports game, Medal of Honor. I feel like we getting close to that. I feel like we getting close to that. I feel like in the next 3 years, it's gonna feel just like that time. That's why I'd be happy with games. It'd be too hard for me to be mad about anything. I'm like, yo, everything is fine right now.
Yeah, I'm with you, bro.
It's way too much to be mad about. Stop, man. It's too much pressure.
When people complain about loot boxes and stuff, I'm like, yo, I don't even think about it. It's not even part of my gaming psyche because, if you don't think about it, guess what? You're not spending money on it, so it don't apply. You know what I mean?
I think what happened.
I'm not supporting it. It don't matter.
Yeah, I think what happened in the PS3 era was that you guys remember what happened during that era was all the development companies closed during that time frame. And I think what happened is that we lost good content because THQ closed. It was a plethora of just studios just closed right after each other, just boom, 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 and we lost a lot of quality in games, man. We lost a lot of good stuff, diversity in games. And what's happening is when last time you really heard, other than EA, when last time you really heard of a studio closing? That these studios are finding ways to be profitable, finding ways to make money, and still make good games. And I think that's how we get back to that era is a level of stability with these companies and these development teams.
And I also see it coming back through indie titles, man. A lot of these indie developers are supplying them titles that a lot of these older companies were doing. Like, I want to see somebody take on the big Def Jam Vendetta type game. I can see
Arms
down that route. So, that's what I've been saying. Nintendo need to change Arms from a boxing game to a wrestling game.
I know when you said that, I was like, yo, I would love that if they did that.
Yeah, so I see indie titles, and this is something that you, Active, and others, and Terminator and Mr. T and all them were trying to get me to pay more attention to was the eShop. Forget eShop. If it ain't first party, ain't a third party, ain't studying. But now, through the Switch, I've learned to enjoy and dive into the eShop. There's good stuff in there if you go to the right places. So,
and a lot of the developers who died, they now crawling out the mud through the indie scene, like Ukulele. That's Pieces of Red people. You got the creator Final Fantasy doing stuff. So it's like it feels like video games is getting healthy for the old school gamers and the new school people who just want the battle royale games and stuff like that.
Right, because right now there's this game on the eShop of the Switch that I got to get. It's a flying. It's almost like Star Fox, but I can't think of the name of it right now. But it's $19.99. If I had my Switch with me, I'd turn it on and say what it is. But it was dropped in the eShop either Thursday or Friday. I saw Shockwave playing it, so I went and watched trailers on it, and the game looked like Star Fox. And when Star Fox go into that full, where you can go anywhere you want to go, it ain't linear. I can't forget what they call it. What they call that when you go full range mode. I think that's what they call it.
Yeah.
It's like that, and it's dope looking, man. I mean, the graphics ain't blowing you away, but it's definitely better than. I'll put it on the level of Fast Racing Neo. The graphics look like that.
Oh, so it looks better than Star Fox Zero.
It looks better than Star Fox Zero, and it plays like a Star Fox. You need to check it out, man. And I'm like, it's a whole bunch of them type of gems in the eShop, and then on Guacamelee on, and when they came out for the PlayStation 3, and then kind of came to the other systems. Keith was talking about that. They got Guacamelee 2. Those games are dope games, man. For $20. So
and they got more brawlers coming out, like Streets of Rage on the eShop I've seen. So
yeah,
I'm like, I want more of that.
What this one coming out is called it looks like Streets of Rage, but it got like a claymation type of animation to it. It's called something Brawl or something like that. But it's a beat 'em up that's supposed to drop in the eShop here soon. So I'll be getting that too. So and it does have that. It does have that GameCube, PlayStation 2, Xbox, Sega, Dreamcast type of feel to it this right now.
Yeah, and we've been complaining about one in this right now. So it's like I feel like a lot of I don't know. It feels like people be still kind of in like some depressing mood, like a cloud over like video games for them. I thought everybody was happy after last year.
People, you know what it is, active. People still pushing that it's about these consoles and being on top. Like, bro, I don't care who on top. I'm satisfied all the way around. Nintendo doing good. Sony definitely doing good. Xbox, even though they getting hated on this, they doing enough to where they still around. So I don't see what there is to complain about. And the reason I don't do videos as much because I'm too busy actually playing the stuff, doing something else. You know what I'm saying? So
exactly.
Play more games now that I did then when we was on them podcasts. That's just the truth, man. So I don't know. I'm with you though. It ain't nothing to complain about now. Just enjoy whatever you playing, man.
Listen, I said by Black Friday I'll probably get a PlayStation. You know these games gonna be way cheaper. It's gonna be like 15 games I missed that I could play.
But you gonna get the 4 or the Pro?
Might as well get the Pro,
maybe
bro.
a Pro. Yeah, might as well wait till Black Friday. Might as well get the Pro.
It's worth it. It's worth it, man.
Oh yeah, but what y'all was saying too about what we need a PlayStation 5 for. That's what I was just talking about that on my podcast. Like for what?
For what?
Like for what?
Nah, we don't need one.
They don't need
a big Sony fan, and it's pointless.
Yeah, they don't need a move because Xbox is not a challenge to Sony this generation right now at this time at all. I mean, it's so bad where I don't see them ever being the challenge to them again.
Not at least not in this generation, and I don't think that's going to challenge them.
I mean, it ain't gonna be in the next one because the next one, if PlayStation 5 is coming out and they cut a trailer, it don't need to be gameplay, it can be CGI, and then they show all these IPs that they made popular this gen. Microsoft can't do that. What they gonna show? Master Chief, a Gears of War character, and people gonna get hyped for that? Like, no.
Right, you're right. Only thing I think can put pressure on Sony right now is the phenomenon of the Switch and that portability, being able to. I made a video on this, like just like online gaming became Microsoft made online gaming a must, a staple with gaming. I'm thinking that Nintendo and the Switch is going to make portability a staple. You got to have that as part of your ideas behind whatever you make. That's the only thing I can see doing it. Other than that, I don't see it. Graphics ain't going to do it. I think we hitting that threshold where graphics don't matter too much. What we got looks good.
It's not that they don't matter, it's that they look so good. Look, I said this literally on my podcast this week. I said the best thing that Sony could do right now is stick to making PlayStation 4 games. Like you should get a new God of War with this engine on PlayStation 4. I feel like there should be another Naughty Dog game after Last of Us. You know what I'm saying? I feel like they could do a Spider-Man 2 on PlayStation 4. Because I said, what you got to move for? Xbox One X just came out. They can't really be like, yo, look, a brand new system. People gonna be like, you didn't do nothing with this one.
Right.
So Sony don't got to worry about that. The Switch is look, they could make another Switch, and it's probably not gonna even be PlayStation 4 Pro level visuals.
Yeah, that's true.
So they don't got to worry about moving, right? And then I say, yo, in 2 years, honestly, if they could find a way to make just a download only PlayStation 4 portable, like a Switch, because you can't put the disc in it, so it'd just be like download only.
Yeah,
I'm like, you could introduce that, keep the PlayStation 4 going instead of they already did a Slim, instead of doing a PlayStation 4 Pro Slim, to do a base PlayStation 4 portable. And keep it because you're gonna still make the games.
Man, shut up, man! Don't you be doing that, man.
But I'm just saying, like they could do that and just keep they people gonna be mad because it's gonna be competing with the Switch. But at the end of the day, competition it ain't never hurt Nintendo before. You know what I'm saying? Even when they do bad, they end up coming back. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't worried about it.
No, I'm saying money pockets. Like I'm in trouble. I almost got the Pro. I had to say, I was like, no, man. I sat back. Then we went and got this. We went and remodeled the living room, my front room. So that took Pro out the way. So,
but imagine $199. It's complete. It's download only. You know, like it's digital games only, and it's a handheld. I say people gonna buy that. Even if you got a PlayStation 4, you'll buy it because I'm gonna take my games with me on the go.
And you don't need cartridge too.
And by then they'll have like 130 million PlayStation 4. So, and then they could sell PlayStation 4 again to the same people, just in a different form factor. Like I will hustle this system, and this is not like a hustle that's negative towards the consumers, because that means you're gonna have one system you're gonna keep getting mad games for, and then by the time the next generation come out, they got look at all these games that they could remaster and re-release. You know, like they always do.
I mean, that's basically what the Switch is to the Wii U.
Yeah, basically,
because we getting all the games from the Wii U back on the Switch, which.
It's just way stronger. That's only opposite. This one won't be, strong. It'll just be.
Man, look at Active on here coming up with these ideas. Man, you try to rob people's pockets, bro.
Hey,
you try to rape folks' pockets, man.
Because these developers can't even afford. You think developers could afford to move to PlayStation 5?
Nah,
not right now.
Exactly.
They can't even afford what they're doing now.
I like what graphics is at right now. Like I could deal with this for 5 years.
What you saying, Keith?
No, what he just said, that's a great point. We got to consider that it costs money to, like, you talking about a PlayStation 5, you want more? We can barely can afford this? No. You better stick to the PlayStation 4. We're killing it right now. Why would we?
And you still see the increases in games even right now.
Right.
So you see the increase in graphics, you see the increase in, what you can put on the screen even now, even the fact that, years ago, it was inconceivable to have 100 people playing in an online game all at once, and now it's a norm.
And we're cross-platform on some systems now.
Yes,
there's so much good stuff happening.
Yeah, actually, man, if Sony jump on board and go on ahead and let that happen, that's gonna be a game changer then too. Because then all these games no matter what system you got, I can still jump on with K-Bum or Keith or Active, no matter what platform they own, and so I don't have to say, I gotta buy this on Sony, I gotta buy this on Xbox or PC or whatever. I could buy it on any platform and play with anybody I want to play with. So I'm hoping, man, that's why Nintendo got to come with it with this. Y'all, my playoffs finna start. I'm gonna have to get off here. That's why I'm hoping Nintendo really addresses their online service as well in September, man, because it's gonna be a game changer right there. So, anything else before we get out of here, man? Pushing 2 hours and something right now. Any last thoughts?
Hey, I just want to say thanks for letting me jump in real quick.
Oh, no problem, bro. You knew I wasn't going to use when you saw it. When I saw you on, I was like, let me see if I can get. I ain't even know if you was still in my thing yet. So when I found you, I was like, here, shot it to you as soon as I could. But no problem, man. So how does it feel to be back off the hiatus? You was gone for a little bit.
Man, it feels good, even though YouTube is way different, right? Everybody fuses down. Everybody be crying about YouTube now.
Yeah, man. Yeah, the views. I don't know what's going on. I got a message from YouTube asking me about the view situation. I ain't even know how to answer. I'm like, I don't know. I guess it's down. It's not. Are we calculating your views right?
I just say we all just got to keep doing what we always did,
Right.
like putting stuff out, and our small community will hopefully, you know what I'm saying, continue watching our stuff. That's it.
Who's this? Dark Sun Rider Jedi is fighting Mike. What do you say he's dealing with?
Allergies. He got a
Allergies.
real bad outbreak with allergies. So he said he called it early night. Remember, guys, Jedi's on. He's not in America, so he like 5 hours ahead of us. So when we started at 4 o'clock, it was already
it's
like 11 o'clock
12.
at his.
Yeah, 11,
close
12.
to 11. So.
But yeah, he was supposed to be on, but we gonna shoot for. That's why I didn't do Thursday trying to get him on. We gonna keep him on, man. It's been a minute since he's been on. But then,
but I was gonna say, you know what people got to also consider?
What's that?
The same way, like people don't think about the fact that Breath of the Wild is a Wii U game. The last and crazy successful, the most successful Grand Theft Auto game was a PS3 game.
Yeah.
So we haven't even seen Grand Theft on the PlayStation 4.
That is true.
So imagine what that would be like.
That's true.
And that same 7th gen game, people will be happy to have it on the Switch.
Yeah.
So you're right, man. We haven't seen a Grand Theft Auto for this generation.
That's true.
Titles we haven't seen for this generation. We haven't even seen The Last of Us for this generation.
Not yet.
Not yet, yeah.
So, but anyway, I ain't gonna hold y'all up. My game.
Yeah, I said Sony could bring back SOCOM too. They need a exclusive shooter.
Yeah, they do. They do.
Yeah.
Okay, no Killzone.
No, they go make another Horizon. Don't make no more Killzone.
Yeah, I don't think they need to try something else. Because I mean, they tried MAG last gen. Remember that 250 player game?
It was fun. I mean, I enjoyed it when people communicated, but it wasn't that great of a game. It really wasn't.
Cool.
But they need something. They'll find something. They'll probably do like Uncharted Battle Royale. It's just that.
No, don't do.
That's a conversation
Please
I'm gonna have next week. Do we got too many Battle Royale games? But I'm gonna table that for Thursday because that's a topic I want to talk about. Because this Battle Royale titles coming out left and right. But with that being said, man, I'm gonna do this right here because I got to go in and eat. Then I got to brace myself and hope LeBron and my boys answer. I don't know.
Take that
man.
L.
Man, shut up, man. Shut up, man. say a prayer for me, active man. Say a prayer for me. I know you in New York, man. We're gonna send up something for my boys, man.
No. Hopefully I'm sending all the juju your way, man.
All right. But we about to get out of here. Keith, you got any final man?
Yeah, man, the Cavs or the Xbox or the NBA.
Oh,
you know
dude, you dirty, man.
The Cavs on the Xbox of the NBA. That's a
As long as the Pacers are the Dreamcast, I'm all right. All right, man. Let's get out of here, though. Say your final thoughts. I'll start with you, K-Ball.
For sure. Good getting the podcast together. I enjoyed. I'm sad I missed Jedi, but I enjoyed
D2K.
This. And D2K, yeah, man, my boy be missing, man. He pop in, he pop out. I love D2K, man, but he be like Mission Impossible, man. He pop in, he gone. But no, it was enjoy the podcast. Enjoy the Sony version of the Live and Level Head podcast.
Yeah, it was good to be on the Sony podcast, yo.
Right?
This is IGN Beyond right here.
For sure, man. No, enjoyed it, man. And for sure, to active, hey, man. I appreciate you, man. I know I started to follow you on Twitter because I started to read what you started to say, man. And I like where you're coming from now. And if you want to stay around just for a tad bit afterwards, I want to give you a little conversation.
Chop it up.
Yeah, chop it just real quick, for sure.
All right, Keith Norris.
Yeah, man, it was a really good podcast. Red Knight jumped on with us. And I like the mind frame that everybody's kind of, not everybody, but, most gamers are coming to the light. They're like, hey, it's just games. If you want to play this, you want to play that, play it. And don't worry about nobody's opinion about it. Just enjoy it and move on.
Man, I think Juice I think Juice gonna play. He gonna love it. You know what I'm saying? He just his feelings.
So. I think he will. I think he will, man.
I think he will too. He because what other game he was not liking, and then he played it and he liked it. It was one of them games.
I just would rather you play it and then it's a lesson I had to learn from my own self because I hated on the Art of 18. What was it? I hated that game bad, but after I played it, it wasn't as bad as I hated it. Hated on it before I played it. I had to be honest. I was like, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was. It was short, but it wasn't. It was a decent game there. But anyway, I believe he'll enjoy it, man. I'm with you on that. But go ahead. You got any final thoughts? Any final words, Active?
No, just thanks for having me on. That's it. Pretty much.
Oh man, hey, bro, this is old time. I'm like, man, this is good.
And to anybody who listens to this and don't know who I am, they like, yo, who's this PlayStation fanboy they got on here?
Nah.
You're wrong.
They think you're y'all gotta do some history on Active Gamer Life, man. This is one of the pillars of the Nintendo community, man.
OG.
Yeah, before it all went to crap. He was a pillar. Then let some of these folks get up in here and don't know what happened to it. But anyway,
we gotta bring it back to what it was, man.
Yeah, we do. And it's because a lot of them old voices, man, kind of stopped YouTubing. That's really what happened. But anyway, we'll talk about that another time. But yeah, man, I was happy to have you on Active, man. Brought back memories back when we was talking about Splatoon and some of the old when I was on with you and
yeah, the Rex.
Is that right? S4Y?
Yeah.
Where's he at, man?
I don't know.
Okay, I ain't heard from him. But yeah, man, that brought back memories, man. But if y'all get a chance to check out Active Gamer Life's podcast, what's your channel, man? Let them know what your channel is.
Active Gamer Life, that's it.
Oh yeah, Active Gamer Life.
Yeah, one word.
One of the better podcasts, especially on this side in this community. One of the better real quality stuff. If you want to do that, can see the future before it happens, this is the dude. This is the dude. Because a lot of times he predicts stuff and it comes down the pipe just like he said it was. So, but yeah, man, great to have you on. Anytime you want to jump in, you got something to say, let me know.
All right.
But anyway, this was a Live 11 Gamers podcast. Till next time, folks, signing out for all of us. Deuces.